My name is Caleb. I'm 14. And I don't know if anyone will ever believe what I've been through. The town of Silver Hollow is already considered strange and quiet. And after all that, I'm not sure if I've gone crazy myself. Sometimes it seems that what happened is just a bad dream. But then, I remember her look, Mom's, and I know for sure it was real. But apparently, I have to tell everything from the very beginning. Otherwise, it makes no sense. We lived on the very edge of the town. Only our house, an old pine plot, a small field, and a road leading into the forest. We had neither relatives nor friends visiting, just me and Mom. She was a very bright person, always smiling, very kind. Sometimes it annoyed me how she does everything quietly, gently, as if she is afraid to break this world. Dad disappeared when I was 1 year old. Mom said he just couldn't be a father. She never scolded him, just said, "We'll be fine together, Caleb." And we really lived normally until that evening. It was at the end of October. We were returning from the city because my mother was picking me up from school. It was getting dark early, and the road through the forest seemed longer than usual. Mom kept her hands on the steering wheel so tightly that her knuckles turned white. "Mom, are you okay?" I asked. She shuddered as if I had brought her out of a deep sleep. "Yes, Bonnie, yes." But I didn't believe her. As we passed the bend near the old bridge, something flashed on the road. Mom braked sharply. The car skidded. I was hit with a belt. "Oh God," my mother whispered and got out of the car. I saw a black, elongated silhouette was lying near the road, almost on the side of the road, like a person, but too thin, like a broken mannequin. "Don't go out," said Mother sharply. But I could see her slowly bending towards the body. He saw her touch his shoulder, and suddenly, the silhouette twitched. Not completely, just a little, like a dead spider with its leg caught. Mom jerked back, shouted, and we both ran into the car. She started the first time, and we drove so fast that the branches hit the body. Mother didn't even turn on the light at home. She stood in the middle of the kitchen and trembled. I have never seen her like this. I tried to talk her out of it, but she just said, "Forget what we saw. It wasn't alive." And I couldn't, because when I was already going to sleep, I thought, what if it was alive? And what if it didn't want us to just go? The next morning, my mother behaved calmly. Too calm. She was smiling again, cooking pancakes, pretending as if nothing had happened. But I could see that her hands were still shaking. And in the evening, she threw all the mirrors out of the house, just like that. She took them out into the yard and left them in the rain. "Why?" I asked. "Because I don't want to see myself." She said it so quickly, as if she had seized the first and best excuse. But I noticed her eyes darkened, like the night. The next night, I heard her walking down the hall. He doesn't just walk. He scratches the wall with his hand, up and down, with a dull, harsh sound, and stops every time at my door. I lay there, holding my breath. The door handle twitched slightly. She passed on, but now I already knew. Mother is awake. During the day, she tried to act like a normal mother, but her movements became abrupt, unnatural. I noticed that she often stands in the corner of the kitchen, her back to the window, and just watches, as if he hears something, or someone is talking to her. Sometimes she whispered something, but when I came in, she suddenly stopped, and one scene stuck in my brain. I walked into the living room and saw her sitting on the floor in front of an old TV. The screen was turned off. but she was looking into its black surface, tilting her head as if trying to hear the sound. "Mom?" She didn't even blink. "He's looking," she whispered. "He came back." The cold ran over the skin. "Who?" I asked. She slowly turned her head towards me, and I saw her pupils are dilated so that there are almost no proteins. The one we saw that evening, I am mute. After 2 days, my mother stopped leaving the house. She sat in her room, locked. Sometimes I heard her moving something heavy, like furniture, and then her cry. Very quiet, broken. It got worse at night. I woke up to someone sitting on my bed, a dark, curved shadow, Mother's silhouette. "Caleb," she whispered, almost in a child's voice. "Do you love me?" "Mom, you scare me. You must love me, because I love you. I'm always with you. I will never leave." She leaned closer and I felt her cold, almost icy breath on my cheek. "Everything will be fine," she said, "when we become one whole." I jumped back, ran out into the corridor and closed the door. I heard my mother laughing softly. A very quiet, soft laugh, not like hers. And then I thought for the first time, this is not my mother. The next night I heard footsteps, slow, heavy, as if she was dragging her feet. A step, a soft shuffling, a step. The door to my room began to open. Mom was standing in the aisle. I saw a kitchen knife in her hand. "Mom, no," I whispered. "Caleb," she said almost softly, "you went to the forest, didn't you? Did you see where he was lying? He touched me. He recognized us. He wants to come back, and for this he needs the two of us, together." She stepped inside. The eyes are black, sunken. The skin is as pale as a dead person's. I rushed to the window, broke the glass, jumped out and fell into the wet grass. Run as fast as ever in my life. Behind me, I heard my mother going out onto the porch. Doesn't scream, does not run, just looking. Her neck bent at an unnatural angle, as if the bones were no longer hers from the inside. I ran to my neighbors as much as I could. The police came immediately. The house is empty. There is no mother. Search week. Dozens of tracks in the forest, but no real result. And I only repeated, "It wasn't my mother. It wasn't her. There was something inside." They didn't believe me until the day they found the documents. Sergeant Johnson came to my house, sat down next to me and said, "Caleb, you should know your mom was found dead a month ago." I laughed. Nervous, pointless. "You are crazy. I saw her. She was at home. She... He put the photo in front of me. "Mom's in the morgue. Next is the document. Date of death. Exactly 1 month before the evening we saw something on the road. I couldn't breathe at first." "So who was with me?" "We don't know," answered the officer. "But in the morgue they say that your mother's body was found in the forest, as if she was running away from something, or to something." And then the sergeant added, "Tracks were found near the place where she lay. Very strange, as if someone was crawling around, and another something was dragging behind him." I started looking for answers myself. Mom's letters, her old records, and found the diary she was hiding. It contained records. "Black man in the forest. He is not of this world. He whispers. He wants to come in." And one more sentence, written crookedly. "He cannot live without a body. He needs warmth. And he chooses me." Then I realized what we found in the woods when Mom got out of the car. It was not a person. It was a shell. Empty. And when Mom touched him, something jumped in her. Not a demon. Not a spirit. Not human. An entity that seeks a body to live in. What deadness makes alive, and the living destroys from the inside. Mom did not disappear. The entity left her body when it could no longer hold her form. And what happened to what was instilled in her? A few days after the funeral, I returned home to collect my things. The house was empty. The walls are cold. And when I went out into the corridor, I heard a sound. Quiet, slow, scratch, scrape, scrape. The sounds I heard at night. The heart jumped. I turned around. The corridor was empty. But on the wall, near my door, fresh scratches. And between them is a short, crooked inscription. I'm still here. You touched her. I found a way. I stepped back. And he did the last thing he could. He ran away. But now, I sometimes hear the same sounds at night. And I see in the windows a black silhouette standing near my new house. And I understand. It did not want its mother. It wanted me. And now, it's getting closer.